Hey everybody, welcome to Season 1, Episode 3 of the official Gorilla Tag Talk Show, in which we actually have two guest stars today, which is the first time in Gorilla Tag Talk Show history. So here we have Butter and Beatbox, and we're going to be talking to them about things that have been recently added into the game. So, what are your thoughts on KID?
I just think it's stupid. They've collabed with it before, and it already went down in flames before. It only lasted about a week.
Yeah, they did it, I believe, in 2024 in November or October, and it lasted a week and it failed, yeah.
I think it was a little bit of an overreaction this time. It could have been a little bit, better. They could have, we didn't need all of the credit card stuff being put in for the little kids. But also, I guess it was a good concept, just executed wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have worked better if they didn't take part with KID and instead use a different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like another Axiom couldn't have created their own stuff. They've done stuff like it before. They could have just done it to make their own game better for their own players.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I agree with your views on KID. I don't really have much against KID, but I don't really like the whole idea. Next, what are your thoughts on Gorilla Tag Ghosts?
I think they are extremely funny. When little kids start getting scared and that, it gets a little bit bad. But that's the whole point of it. I mean, when they're crying on the floor, to their parents, that's when it gets really bad. But other than that, I think it's just extremely funny, and ghost trolling is just making the game better, to be fair.
Yeah. It was a bit deeper than that. Ghosts who do stuff. I had an encounter with one. There are 9, because there are 9 players in the lobby. It would turn into your character and all the same equipment as for you would have the red hat, chicken and the umbrella, that. Then it would start saying important things like.
Speak up a bit, okay? I don't know if the camera can pick up.
It leaks your credit card information. It can press dangerous.
Yeah. Some ghosts are like that, and some are just people trying to scare kids, so, yeah. Next question, what do you guys think of the excessive amount of maps that keep being added? Because I personally think that a lot of them are decent maps. They have some fun purposes to them, but maps like Critters, he's running out of ideas.
I think it all went downhill at Rotate.
Elaborate about that. What about rotating?
Basically, rotating, they're basically constantly working on a new map when they could be working on some revamps for a terrible map. For example, they could make Mountains the world's biggest map and make it absolutely gigantic. Or Forest, they could expand on it. They could make it more realistic. If they're making so many more maps and they're not working on so many features, camera, the cosmetics, I think it's just a cash grab to try and get more kids.
I mean, rotating was it was alright, but they also had terrible maps because it was basically just beta testing. There's maps like OGKs and the new horror expansion to that. We were actually asking for those to come back. But Critters, there's no reason for it to be there. Prop hunt's been a thing. People have had to make mods for that. That's stuff that people have been wanting. Critters was just a little bit random, and nobody really like plays it a lot.
Yeah, I only tried it once, and it's only good for stealing kids' toys. So now at this
No,
point,
honestly,
we're
Gorilla Tag's
about halfway done with this episode of the official Gorilla Tag Talk Show. So we're gonna turn it over to Butters and Beatbox, and they're going to ask me some questions.
I asked it before, but I looked on the channel this morning and they dropped something. There is going to be a TV show or a Gorilla Tag movie.
There is?
Yeah,
Or is that just speculation?
it's kind of speculation, but they have like a whole trailer set up. It's like they made new Gorilla Tag models for it. So I think it's a high possibility, knowing another Axiom.
Yeah. What do you think, what do you think the show's gonna be like?
It's probably gonna be like the basic standards. It's gonna be them going from tutorial, learning the ways of the monkey, and if we get it, we might actually get to see like some Gorilla Tag YouTubers in there, and I think the best thing they could do was it being like a ghost movie for the Gorilla Tag Ghosts. I'm not 100% on that.
Netflix or
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, so Beatbox, do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Do you think Gorilla Tag dying? If so, what do you think it would be replaced with?
Do I think what?
Gorilla Tag is dying.
Games. I think that Gorilla Tag is slowly dying because I remember last year or 2 years ago, we had over 40,000 players daily. Now we only have 10 to 20,000 players daily. So yes, I think Gorilla Tag is slowly dying out. But I also think that it's the most popular VR game, and there's not really any games that are going to replace it anytime soon.
Do you think that J-Man Curly could be another reason why Gorilla Tag is dying? Because people used to watch him and like look up to him, and he's been kind of falling off. And while he was falling off, Gorilla Tag fell off as well.
Yes, I definitely think that could be a possibility. I think J-Man Curly should come back to Gorilla Tag, definitely. Yeah.
Think about Animal Company. The reason Animal Company is doing so well, because they are constantly making updates. They can have tons of popular content creators film about. When they get popular from those videos, more people want to come and play. Then they just repeat the cycle over and over again.
Yeah.
Players.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. Do you think that they should like make the game more diverse in its movement? Because like there's people who have like really weird controllers in that, and it's kind of like a plan B. Like me, my controllers have been bugging out. What if there was like a way to fix that?
I think that they should add. Well, I actually I don't think they should make movement more diverse, but here's something I do think they should add. I think that they should add a in-game mod menu. I think they should add a bark.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they should add the bark menu, and I think that they should make it so that you can only play it in private lobbies or like modded lobbies.
Yeah.
But you're able to play with the bark mod or some popular private mod menu.
I think that'd make the game a lot more popular.
Yeah, I think
It
a lot of
definitely
people who quit would come back to it because they would just want to have fun playing with mods. So, anything else for today's episode, guys?
I've got one more thing.
Yep.
So if there was to be another Gorilla Tag map to get a revamp, which one do you think it would be? Because there's some that have been here for a little while now that still haven't had one.
I'm sorry, but I feel like Forest need.
That's fair, that's fair.
I think that Forest should never get a revamp. I feel like it's too OG.
I feel like they should do what they did with caves. They made a new cave, but then they brought back the original.
That would make so many people leave the game, I think.
That is fair.
OG Forest stays, and then maybe be moved and then new Forest is moved.
It would kind of be like... I feel like removing the OG Forest would be like taking a Mario game, getting rid of Mario, and replacing him with like an entirely different character, but with the same name.
Yeah. I agree. So
Luigi.
I do not think Gorilla Tag should revamp Forest. And yeah, that's about all we have for today. So thanks for tuning into the official Gorilla Tag Talk Show, and I'll see you in Season 1, Episode 4. Thanks for dropping by, Butters and Beatbox. Bye.